Hey, listen. What's your take? You're bringing up Bret. What's your take on what his issues with Hunter?
Well, I think one of the things is he had a
It's
stroke.
quieted down, but Jesus, I mean,
Yeah,
even to his ranking in the game or something like that. I heard. I don't know. I can't remember.
right.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I try to have some heart for Bret Hart in this. He had the concussion issues and that major concussion and the stroke. And when you've gone that far with that, you can have some problems emotionally. You can have these swings up and down. So something little can really, you know, piss you
Yeah,
off. And then Bret Hart, what made Bret Hart great, I think something that makes you great too, is what made Bret Hart great was he believed that he was the excellence of execution, and he did everything he could to do that. So he has a lot of pride. So you put those things together. I mean, my own opinion is I hope that WWE, I hope that Triple H kind of understands the situation that Bret Hart's in and doesn't take it, doesn't take it literally all the time, And I know there's real issues and all that, but I think that I think the emotions that come out after a stroke, the emotions that come out after concussions can really affect someone's judgment. There's sometimes when he's fine and he's level-headed, and then there's other times you just go, uh-oh, he had a bad day. And
oh no, I get along great with Brett. It just,
yeah,
and it doesn't. We've had him on the show, and it was a great podcast. I just, it just seems like out of nowhere, and it's been that way for a long time, off and on. It comes
yeah,
and goes. That he doesn't like Hunter, and I don't even think he ever worked with Hunter. So I
yeah.
don't know. Go ahead.
I think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really do put it at I put it at some of a man with a lot of pride, but also I put it at and there was a lot between between his brother's death and everything that happened in Montreal.
Yes.
There's a lot that went on, and I also think that just it's I think he has good days and bad days, and some of those as far as like a cloud over his head, and
Yeah.
it gets to him, and
Yeah.
I wish him the best, and I don't think. Yeah, I just think there's some days when I go, wow, what precipitated that, and it doesn't.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking. I didn't understand either. I see him. He seems fine. I do a lot of signings with him. I actually haven't in 3 or 4 months now, but I usually do at least 3 or 4 signings with him a year, and then I see him at WrestleMania, and he couldn't be nicer. So I don't know. He's got a beautiful wife. His wife is fantastic. So
I definitely heard that.
he just needs a weekend at the Conrad Edison.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the cure for a lot of what ails anybody. But yeah, I will say this: I don't think Bret. I think sometimes people think that Bret Hart is bitter about Montreal. I do think that that's in his rearview mirror. From everything I understand, that's well past it for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there. That was just when I heard about it. And then, of course, I've heard the entire story from Hunter a number of times, and Sean. Who knows? I mean, that could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, I think there was just a lot of factors that came together to make. And the two things that amaze me about it is that Vince McMahon had the wherewithal to take the. He was really unpopular that night and the night after with wrestling fans and with wrestlers, and to use that to tap into his own ability to be a great heel and to just change the wrestling war with him and Steve Austin. That's amazing. And then that WCW never took Bret Hart to Montreal. That's amazing to me too. Those two things I still just, wow. I mean,
I don't think we ever ran in Montreal.
That's what I mean. They never took Bret Hart to Canada or Montreal. And I was like, that's, that would have been the first move to me.
Well, the thing of it is, you have to remember, Bret wasn't there 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he got hurt, but I worked with him, and he had a couple other matches, and then the thing with Goldberg happened, and he was gone.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. There's a lot to that. Yeah, you did really well with him. I mean, that was
we had some good matches. I volunteered to work with him, and but like anything else with me at that time, if it got over, Bischoff was going to kill it. And then it's kind of funny because I think Nash and Hall recruited him pretty hard, but once he got there, they did. I don't think they all got along that well to begin with. I can't remember. You probably know more what that.
That was my understanding. Conrad.
Yeah, so I don't know what I don't really didn't pay that much attention to it. Arn and I were just trying to figure out how to get through the day, and then Oakland and I were headed to the bar for martinis.
Yeah, that might have been the way.